Peru's former powerful leader Alberto Fujimori, despite his request to delay release of a decision from the country's highest court from regional American Human Rights Court, he forgives him. His 85-year-old lawyer, who wears a broken face mask, helped a vehicle waiting between two children Kenji and Keiko Fujimori-Police cheers from the presidential candidate teen supporters 3 times.Change. Surrounded by supporters and journalists, vehicle came to forefront while leaving Barbadillo police base and prison, where former president was sentenced to 25 years in prison for committed by an army death staff. In early 1990s, in order to release former authoritarian leader, it was the last part of a legal epic that saw Peru's rule of constitutional court on Tuesday, he said. He could not be forgiven by his conviction for human rights crimes. Fujimori continues to be a very separatist figure in Peru. In the 1990s, he left an autocratic leadership. He believes that he decides as a dictator with iron fist, marked with widespread human rights violations and widespread corruption. The Constitutional Court's decision supports its own 2022 appeal for recovery of a controversial human forgiveness given to Fujimori in 2017, which was later overthrown due to the pressure of American Human Rights Court. Former President Alberto Fujimori's supporters. Peru on Wednesday. Peru is waiting for the release of Lima out of Barbadillo. The UN Human Rights Office described decision of the court as a mishap for accountability. The release of those responsible for serious human rights violations should be in accordance with international law. Alberto Fujimori had to dismantle the democracy in Peru to release Alberto Fujimori. Jo-Marie Burt, a senior man in the USBASED Washington Latin American office, said, "Now, Peru in the international arena is equal to countries such as Venezuela and Nicaragua, who are separated from the inter-American system or clearly floating as relatives victims. We are among pain, anger and feeling of being a second-class citizen," he tweeted Gisela Ortiz, his brother killed in 1992 death staff, whose brother was a university student, and Fujimori convicted ordering Imiz Our rights, the unjust freedom of a criminal of course. He added, Fujimori was convicted of ordering 2s by the ORDU death staff Grupo Colina. Later, in 1992, the same secret military outfit, Ortiz's brother Luis Enrique, 9 students and a professor from the University of Enrique Guzmán y Valle kidnapped killed.told. Fujimori against the court took years to go to the court. The leader showed that leaked videotapes had bribed to the deputies of Spyter Vladimiro Montesinos with cash piles, and he resigned from motherland of his parent in 2000. It was accepted as a transvestite by its supporters against adult and unpunished. Instead, following request American court rights, President Dina Boluarte, who follows court decision, is faced with charges who